you say. Or I didn't mean to, but all of a sudden I found myself with a mouthful of Ben and Jerry's caramel sweet ice cream. But who is this I who witnesses this disobedient self? And where did this extra person come from? Naming one of them spirit and the other one flesh may help to explain the tension. But as you probably noticed, it doesn't make the tension go away. Another reason to split flesh and spirit is because our bodies can hurt so much or let us down so much that we resist letting ourselves be identified by them. People who have been sexually abused sometimes report that they learned early on how to distance themselves from their bodies, watching what was happening to them from somewhere else in the room where they did not have to feel what was happening to them quite so actively. People who live on the edge of poverty can find a lot more comfort in the idea of a spiritually rich heaven than in their limited physical circumstances on earth. Age brings a whole different set of bodily concerns, as does disability. One 97-year-old friend of mine told me the first thing she wanted to do when she reached the hereafter was to run so fast that her pigtails stood straight out behind her. I look in the mirror, she said, and I do not know who that person is. In my mind, I am still 19 and as straight as a poplar. Translated into the life of a community, the split between spirit and flesh can show up in the difference between how a group of people think of themselves and how they actually behave, between their doctrines and their budgets, say, or in the way their teachings about the body may distance them from caring for their own health or for the health of the earth. And yet, in all of these instances and more, it is the flesh that keeps us honest. It is the body that bears witness to the soul's highest aspirations while keeping us grounded on the earth where we may actually be able to do some palpable good. The body is also our primary source for knowing God, although few of us have been schooled to think that way. On the whole, we've been schooled to depend on secondary sources, books and classes, sermons and scripture, the testimony of trusted others. And yet there is not a single thing we know about God that did not come to us first in the flesh. How could it have come any other way? Here you sit, reading with those eyes of yours, those ears, those hearts, those minds. You can point at all of those, right? Now point at your soul. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying that it's located. It has your fingerprints on it. When it breathes out, it smells like you. When it aches, you can feel it right there, right here, right here. Of course, it's also the part of you that occasionally transcends your body through your remarkable ability to imagine what it's like to inhabit someone else's body. When someone across the room from you yawns, what happens? We won't talk about it. When you see someone trip over a curb and sort of grab at the air to stay upright, you can sometimes feel your own stomach flip. Do you have key lime pie here? Okay, so no key lime pie, maybe a chocolate cake. But when you watch someone else take a bite while you're waiting for yours, it can immediately make your mouth fill with drool. It's not your soul that makes these connections for you. It's not even your mind, since most of these physical reactions happen without your consent. It is your body that connects you to the bodies of your neighbors. At the level of flesh, we are wired for empathy. I think Jesus knew that. I think it's why he spent so much talking about sheep, fish, birds, lilies, mustard seeds, yeast, merchants, coins, bread, pearls, wine. When he could have given lectures on ontology, soteriology, as ecology instead. Was it because he was talking down to simple people? Or was it because he trusted the power of physical reality to change people in ways that their ideas about reality